Hi! Do you have an inner critic in your head that is loud, annoying, overprotective, and way too harsh? Well, look no further because today we're going to dissect why you have that, where it came from, and also how to be nicer to yourself because that voice isn't actually you. Alright, so if you have a voice in your head that tells you that that person over there is judging you and evaluating you and thinks you're shameful and just like bad for existing, that is not normal or healthy. It also is not your voice. It came from a place when you were very, very young, when that voice was necessary to protect you from an unsafe environment and unsafe people. Now you might think, oh, this is just some psychology babble, like none of this is real, like how is it possible that as an adult I have this harsh critic that is still here even though all that stuff happened years ago when I was a child or a teenager? Well, that's how it works, actually. That's exactly how the human brain works. When you grow up as a child, you are literally vulnerable. Children are vulnerable to the max. They don't have life skills yet. They can't just leave. They don't have money. They don't have resources. They don't have perspective. They do not have all the information that adults have. They can't leave their parents. They are so dependent on them. Children can barely take take care of themselves, and they're vulnerable to the world. So they need their parents. So when you're a child and you have caregivers, aka like parents, who are mistreating you, then the child brain doesn't think, oh, my parents are mistreating me, they're being abusive towards me, they're not treating me well, and they should treat me better. The child brain subconsciously, okay, you're not actually aware of this usually until many, many years later, but the child brain subconsciously thinks, oh, they're mistreating me, that must mean I am a bad person. And that must mean that I am wrong. Not that I did a wrong behavior, but that my existence is wrong. It is a very, very sad, tragic thing, but that is what the child brain does because the child has no choice. If a child were to think, my parents are abusive towards me or they're mistreating me, then the child brain would literally explode. It would think I'm gonna die, who else is gonna take care of me? I'm alone and I'm vulnerable and I'm 2 feet tall. So what it does is it tries to protect its own self by saying, nope, I'm the problem, because if I'm the problem then I can at least fix myself, and my parents aren't the problem because I can't do anything about them. But if I'm worthless and I just need to be a little bit more obedient and be a little bit more perfect, I can do that. I can fix that. So that's what happens. It's a very sad thing. It's a very sad thing because kids and teenagers learn this when they're young. Oh, to look at the mess in the back. But they learn this when they're so young, and then they carry it with them throughout their entire adult life. And some people never realize it at all. They just think this is a normal part of me. I just have to shut that part of my brain off and I will just avoid certain people and situations. But the reality is that you've actually been conditioned to hate yourself. The good thing is, if you can be conditioned to hate yourself, you can also be conditioned to love yourself. The brain is plastic. It's always going to be plastic. So you can change if you want to. You can form new neural connections that eventually tell your brain, I am not wrong, I'm not shameful for existing, I didn't do anything wrong, and that person isn't judging me and criticizing me. And honestly, they probably don't even give a shit about me. And that's not a bad thing. That's freedom. That is literal freedom. Somebody doesn't care about you, that is freedom. It means you can live. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. In fact, what they're probably thinking about is, what is that person thinking about me? Are they criticizing me? Are they judging me, etc.? I wanted to make this video because I wanted to tell you all that it is very possible to change that subconscious inner dialogue that we have that is critical and harsh and created in an environment where it wasn't safe to put the responsibility on our parents. Even the most like insightful, self-aware people still have this voice in them, because it becomes so normalized. But there's a another side of this. So I hope that this video gave you some insight into the low self-esteem you guys might have, or the like harsh inner critic, or that part of you that is just so overprotective and is saying like, oh, don't talk to them, don't talk to that person, don't go in that environment, don't go on that stage. Like, you're gonna die, your brain's gonna explode, and your body's gonna like start having a really fast heartbeat, and you're gonna have a heart attack. Like, your body might be telling you that because it's trying to protect you from an old, very, very old, dangerous environment. I say dangerous not lightly, because a child literally thinks a harsh parent is a danger to the body. So it protects itself by telling yourself like, I'm worthless, or I'm useless, or I'm wrong, and I'm immoral, I'm bad, I can't make mistakes, I need to be perfect, I need to be nice, I need to be gentle and people pleasing, or whatever. There's so many coping mechanisms. But this is not your voice. This is a learned trait and a learned behavior, and you can unlearn it. Bye. I hope this helped. Love you.